Last year, 6,228 motorcyclists died on American roads. Many of those deaths were completely preventable, and you are about to learn how. I'm not talking about freak accidents or acts of God. I'm talking about the same 20 road dangers that keep killing riders who get complacent. I've been riding for over 2 decades, and I have watched too many good people go down because they ignored threats that were right in front of them. These are not theoretical risks we are discussing today. These are the actual killers. They are the dangers that are putting riders in the ground right now while you're watching this video. We are breaking down all 20 now. Let us go. Danger number 1, left-turning cars. This is the big one, the number 1 accident scenario that kills motorcyclists. A car turns left across your path, and the driver swears they never saw you. Here is the brutal truth: they are not lying. The human brain filters out small, fast-moving objects. Your bike does not register as a threat to their peripheral vision until it is too late. But here is where riders screw up. You see that car waiting to turn, and you assume they see you. Fatal mistake. That assumption has killed more riders than I can count. You need to cover your brake, adjust your lane position to maximize visibility, and have an escape route planned before you even enter that intersection. The moment you trust a left-turning driver to do the right thing is the moment you become a statistic. Danger number 2, road debris and curves. Gravel, sand, oil patches that appear mid-corner when you're already committed to your lean angle. Your skill level doesn't matter here. Physics wins every time. I have seen expert riders with decades of experience go down because they hit a patch of pea gravel at the apex of a turn. The problem is your line choice. Most riders pick the fastest line through a corner, hugging the inside. That is exactly where all the debris collects. Gravel trucks, construction vehicles, runoff from rain, and it all settles on the inside of curves. You need to adjust your entry to give yourself vision and options. A slower, wider line that lets you see what is coming beats a fast line into an oil slick every single time. Danger number 3, uneven pavement and potholes. Your suspension compresses, your tires lose contact with the road, and suddenly you are fighting to keep the bike upright. The hidden cost of bad roads is not just bent rims and blown shocks. It is the loss of traction at the exact moment you need it most. Here's what happens. You are leaned over in a turn, weight transferred to your front tire, and you hit a pothole. Your suspension bottoms out. Your contact patch shrinks to nothing, and you are sliding before your brain even registers what went wrong. The math is simple. Uneven pavement plus lean angle equals crash. You need to scan ahead, identify surface changes early, and adjust your speed before you are committed. Danger number 4, railroad tracks and metal surfaces. The angle of approach is everything. Cross tracks perpendicular or do not cross them at all. Wet metal can be shockingly slippery. Your tires are designed for asphalt, not steel rails slick with morning dew. The physics here are unforgiving. When your tire contacts that metal surface at anything less than a 90-degree angle, it wants to follow the rail. Your bike tracks sideways, your rear end steps out, and you are on the ground before you can react. I have watched riders go down on dry railroad tracks because they approached at a 45-degree angle doing 30 miles per hour. The bike just slides out from under them like someone pulled a rug. The worst part is, these are the most predictable crashes. You can see railroad tracks from a quarter mile away. You know metal grates are slippery, but riders still approach them wrong because they are in a hurry or they think their skill will compensate for bad physics. It will not. Slow down before the crossing. Stand slightly on the pegs to let the bike move under you. Commit to that perpendicular angle. Danger number 5, rain in the first 15 minutes. This is the killer nobody talks about. When rain first hits the road, it doesn't wash away the oil and fluids. It lifts them to the surface. You get this slick emulsion of water, engine oil, transmission fluid, and all the crap that has been sitting on the asphalt. The slick moment is not during the heaviest rain. It is in those first 15 minutes when the road looks wet but has not been cleaned yet. I have seen riders go down in light drizzle who would have been fine in a downpour. They hit that oil slick at normal speeds and the bike just slides out. No warning, no second chance. If you get caught in rain, the first 15 minutes require maximum caution. Use smooth inputs, reduce speed, and increase following distance. Treat it like ice until the rain has had time to wash the road clean. Danger number 6, sun glare and blinding conditions. This one works both ways. Drivers can't see you because they're staring into the sun. You can't see hazards because you're blinded by glare. And most riders time their commutes or weekend rides without thinking about where the sun will be. Here's the problem. That beautiful evening ride you planned? You're heading west into the setting sun, and every driver coming towards you is blinded. They can't see you. Their brains are processing a wall of light, and your headlight disappears into the glare. Then you turn around to head home, and now you're the one who can't see. Stop traffic or debris in your lane. The math is brutal. Sun glare plus high speed equals 0 reaction time. Plan your routes around sun position, reduce speed when riding into glare, and increase following distance when you can't see clearly. Danger number 7, wind gusts and crosswinds. Your body position matters more than you think. A sudden gust hits you mid-corner and disrupts your lean angle. You either fight it and run wide, or you overcorrect and low side. Neither option is good. The real danger is semi-trucks creating wind tunnels. You might be riding next to a big rig doing 70 miles per hour, and suddenly you pass a gap in the trees or an overpass. The wind that was blocked by the truck hits you like a wall. Your bike can be shoved a foot to the side in a split second. I have had this happen on the highway, and it is terrifying. Anticipate these wind zones, such as overpasses, gaps in barriers, and open areas after tree cover. Adjust your lane position away from trucks, and do not maintain speed beside them through areas where wind can surprise you. Danger number 8, fog and reduced visibility. Riders get false confidence from familiarity. You know this road, you have ridden it 100 times, so you maintain speed in the fog. Then, there is a stopped car in your lane or debris you cannot see until you are on top of it. The following distance that works in clear conditions does not work in fog. Your reaction time stays the same, but your visibility drops to a fraction. The math does not work anymore. You need to cut your speed in half and triple your following distance. I don't care how well you know the road. Fog hides everything: stopped vehicles, animals, debris, other riders who went down. If visibility drops below 500 feet, consider pulling over until conditions improve. Familiarity kills in low visibility because it makes you think you are safe when you are not. Danger number 9, decreasing radius turns. This is the entry speed trap that catches even experienced riders. The turn looks manageable at the entrance, so you commit to a speed and lean angle. Then, the radius tightens. The turn gets sharper as you go through it, and suddenly you are running out of lean angle and grip. Here is what kills riders. You enter the turn thinking you have it figured out. Your brain calculates the curve based on what you can see at the entrance, but as you commit, the turn keeps bending tighter. Now you are mid-corner, already leaned over, and you need more lean angle than your tires can give. You either run wide into oncoming traffic, or you panic and grab the brakes while leaned over. Both options end badly. The only defense is conservative entry speed and visual discipline. You need to look through the entire turn before you commit. If you cannot see the exit, assume it tightens. Slow down more than feels necessary. I have ridden decreasing radius turns at speeds that felt stupid slow, and I was still glad I did when the turn kept bending. Danger number 10. Blind crests and hills. You crest a hill and there is stopped traffic, oncoming vehicles in your lane, or debris you could not see until gravity pulled you over the top. Your reaction time starts after you see the hazard, but you are already committed to whatever speed you carried over that crest. The math here is simple and brutal. If you cannot see what is on the other side, you are gambling with your life. Stopped vehicles at the bottom of a hill kill riders every year. Someone broke down, pulled over, or there is construction. You come flying over the crest doing 60 miles per hour, and by the time you see them, your stopping distance exceeds your available space. The pavement does not care that you could not see. Physics still applies. Treat every blind crest like there is a stopped vehicle on the other side. Scrub 10 to 15 miles per hour before you go over. Danger number 11. Merging lanes and on-ramps. The squeeze zone where your escape routes disappear. A car merges from the on-ramp without checking mirrors. You are in the right lane, traffic is beside you in the left lane, and suddenly you have nowhere to go. The car keeps coming because the driver never saw you. This scenario kills riders because we put ourselves in positions where we have no options. You are riding in the merge zone, maintaining speed next to other vehicles. When that car comes over, you cannot accelerate out. You cannot brake without getting rear-ended, and you cannot move left because there is a vehicle there. The trap closes before you realize you are in it. Treat merge zones like minefields. Adjust your speed to create space. Move to the left lane before the merge point. Never ride beside vehicles in merging areas. Your escape route is your life insurance, and if you do not have one, you are riding on borrowed time. Danger number 12. Parking lot exits and driveways. A vehicle shoots out with no warning. The driver is looking for car-sized gaps in traffic, and your motorcycle does not register. They assume you will stop because they are already moving. The assumption that you have right-of-way means nothing when you're under their bumper. I have watched this happen dozens of times. A rider goes past a parking lot entrance, a car pulls out, and the rider assumes the car will yield. The car does not even slow down because the driver is looking past the motorcycle for the real traffic. By the time both parties realize what is happening, the rider is already committed to an emergency maneuver they are not prepared for. Cover your brake when passing any driveway or parking lot entrance and watch the driver's front wheels because they will move before the car does. Danger number 13. Construction zones. Sudden lane shifts, loose gravel, reduced space, and distracted drivers, all happening at once. Your lane can disappear with only 50 feet of warning. The pavement can transition from smooth to gravel without notice. Cars squeeze into tighter spaces, and nobody's paying attention to the motorcycle. Construction zones compress all your margins. Your space cushion shrinks, surface traction becomes unpredictable, and driver behavior gets erratic. The combination is deadly. Riders often maintain normal speeds through construction because they are impatient or they think the danger is exaggerated. Then, they hit loose gravel during a lane shift and go down. Drop your speed by at least 10 miles per hour in construction zones and increase following distance to 4 seconds minimum. Danger number 14. Painted road markings when wet. Crosswalks, lane lines, turn arrows, they all become slippery the moment water hits them. The paint has minimal grip when wet. Your tire contacts that painted surface mid-corner and it feels like hitting a patch of oil. The problem is these markings are everywhere and riders do not adjust for them. You're making a turn at an intersection, leaned over, and your tire tracks across a wet crosswalk. The bike slides out instantly. No warning, no second chance. I have seen riders go down in parking lots because they turned across wet painted lines. The bike just slides out from under them like someone yanked it away. In wet conditions, adjust your line to avoid painted surfaces during lean, or reduce your lean angle when you have to cross them. Danger number 15. Lane splitting gone wrong. Mirror strikes, sudden lane changes, the speed differential that kills. Lane splitting is legal in some states, tolerated in others, and deadly everywhere when done wrong. The problem isn't the practice itself. It's riders treating it like a video game. Here's what happens. You are splitting lanes at 20 miles per hour faster than traffic. A car changes lanes without signaling because the driver checked mirrors 2 seconds ago and did not see you. You were 3 car lengths back then. Now you are in their blind spot and they are moving over. Your speed differential means you have 0 time to react. You hit their door, their mirror, or you dump the bike trying to avoid them. The math is brutal. Every extra 10 miles per hour of closing speed shrinks your time window fast. At 15 miles per hour faster than traffic, you might have time to brake or swerve. At 30 miles per hour faster than traffic, you are a passenger watching the crash happen. I have seen riders split lanes like they are invincible, weaving through traffic at highway speeds. Then one car moves over, and it is over. The worst part is the car driver is not at fault in most of these crashes. You were moving too fast for them to track. You appeared in a space that was empty a heartbeat ago. Lane splitting requires discipline. That means a slow speed differential, constant scanning, and escape routes planned 3 cars ahead. Anything else is suicide with extra steps. Danger number 16. Tailgating and following too close. Let's do the reaction time math that nobody wants to hear. At 60 miles per hour, you are covering 88 feet per second. Your reaction time is about 1.5 seconds on a good day. That is 132 feet before you even touch the brakes. Add in actual stopping distance, and you need a minimum of 300 feet to stop from highway speed. Now look at how close you are following that car. 2 seconds? That is 176 feet. Not enough. 1 second? You are already dead, you just do not know it yet. The car in front of you does not gradually slow down in an emergency. They panic and brake. They go from 0 to full stop as fast as their ABS allows. You will rear-end them because physics does not care about your reflexes. Rear-end collisions kill motorcyclists because we are not protected by crumple zones and airbags. If you hit that car at 40 miles per hour, you are launched over the handlebars into their rear window. I have seen the aftermath. It is not survivable. Following distance is not a suggestion. It is the margin between riding home and dying on the highway. Danger number 17. Blind spot riding. Staying invisible in car mirrors for extended periods. The danger zone beside vehicles where the driver cannot see you and does not know you exist. Duration matters here. Passing through a blind spot is normal, but living in a blind spot is asking to die. Here's the scenario that kills riders. You are cruising next to a car in their blind spot. Maybe you are pacing them, maybe you are slowly passing, it does not matter. The driver decides to change lanes. They check their mirror. You are not there because you are in the blind spot. They signal and start moving over. By the time you react, they are already in your lane. The trap is comfort. Riding beside a car feels stable. You are not passing, you are not being passed, you are just existing in that space. But that space is a death zone. The driver does not know you are there. If they need to avoid something, they will move into your lane without hesitation. You need to either pass completely or drop back. Never maintain position in a blind spot. Every second you spend there is a second closer to being crushed against a guardrail. Danger number 18. Group riding chaos. Staggered formation failures, rider skill variance, the domino effect of one mistake. Group rides look cool and feel social, but they are accident multipliers. You have riders of different skill levels trying to maintain formation at speeds that challenge the weakest rider. The staggered formation that is supposed to be safe can become a trap. The lead rider hits debris or brakes hard. The rider in the left track reacts, and the rider in the right track is blocked from seeing what happened and reacts late. Now you have bikes swerving, braking, and trying to avoid each other while maintaining formation. One mistake cascades through the entire group. I have watched group rides where the skill variance was terrifying. There is a rider who just bought his first bike 6 months ago, trying to keep pace with riders who have been down for 20 years. The experienced riders are comfortable at speeds that terrify the new rider. He is target fixated on the bike in front of him, ignoring everything else, just trying not to lose the group. Then something happens, debris or a sudden stop, and he panics. He goes down and takes out 2 other riders behind him. The domino effect is real. One rider's mistake becomes everyone's problem when you are riding in tight formation. You need space. You need riders of similar skill levels. And you need to abandon formation the moment conditions deteriorate. Your ego is not worth dying for. Danger number 19. Target fixation. Looking at the obstacle instead of the escape route. This is the psychological trap that overrides your survival instinct. Your bike goes where you look. You fixate on the guardrail, the parked car, the pothole, and your brain steers you straight into it. The mechanics are simple. Your body follows your eyes. When you stare at the thing you are trying to avoid, your hands unconsciously steer toward it. I have watched riders have 20 feet of open road to their left and still hit a parked car on the right, because that is what they were looking at. Their brain screamed, "Avoid the car," but their eyes stayed locked on it. Force yourself to look at your escape route, not the obstacle. Your bike will follow your eyes to safety. Danger number 20. Complacency and routine routes. Familiarity breeds carelessness. You have ridden this route 1,000 times, so you stop actively scanning. Autopilot mode kicks in. You're thinking about work, dinner, whatever, not the road. Then something changes, and you do not notice until it's too late. The statistics are clear. Most crashes happen within 5 miles of home on routes riders know well. You are comfortable, your guard is down, and you are not processing information the way you do on unfamiliar roads. That car pulling out of a driveway? You did not see it because you were not looking. You were on autopilot. Treat every ride like it is your first time on that road. Use active scanning, make deliberate checks, and stay fully engaged even when you are 2 blocks from home. Here is the common thread connecting all 20 dangers. They punish riders who are not actively scanning and planning. Every single one of these is predictable, and every single one is avoidable. The riders who die are not unlucky. They are unprepared. Many stop treating every ride like it could kill them. Which of these have you encountered? Drop a comment and let me know which one scares you most. Hit subscribe so we can keep building a safer riding community together.